Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Downfall. There are some moments I want to hit on before we jump into the video, and I'll leave a timestamp of when the video actually starts with the reaction. First off, let's jump into confirmable gods. Taliesin, the Wild Mother. Caduceus's version of the Wild Mother is just feral, coming in with the quiet flutter of feathers and edgelordness. Laura Bailey playing the Raven Queen. Just got tip of the hat. Of course, Ashley Johnson is playing Saren Bay. Like, all three of these people, of course, they're playing their gods. I'm so beside myself. Isn't really gone. We have the Dawn Father. God, I still want to kick him in his nether nuts. The Dawn Father just makes me so mad. The Raven Queen also makes me mad. The other two, I don't know. I was thinking maybe Ayun for one. Now some quotes that have been living rent-free in my head. Little lies are okay. See you in 2 days, darling. You ain't ever gonna see her again. I know eventually we're gonna see them shed their mortal bodies and their level 20 plus gods are gonna come out. So I'm waiting for the bomb drop. May I do all I know how to do to give you a moment of peace? I don't want release. I don't want a moment of rest. I don't want peace. You know what happened last time I saw peace? Long before we ever touched this world, was on a ship. I looked behind me and saw the thing that ate our world. That was peace. And everything here is misery until I can get back there. The Raven Queen. What did it look like? Him. You should have asked him. So what do we remember about the Chained Oblivion? Do we remember what Alora said with the ritual? You look into the emptiness and you feel something immense, something old, something mad. It's depicted of a creature of rolling, inky, cloud lightless destruction. Is older than the gods and has been around since before the founding. And there are just so many little things that are living rent-free in here. And that's what I love about these mini overtures from Brennan. So let's jump into it. I wanted to share before we get started that I got my Candela in when we did our live show of Candela Obscura. We got a lot of hype from Darrington Press and Critical Role, and they were so sweet and reached out and sent us our own Candela books for our characters over on Quest Junkies, and they're really excited because we are running a special Candela thing at the end of July, and we'll be back with episode 2 of our circle in September. So I of course went through and modified it for my character. She's a twin, whose other twin has been her spirit shunted into her body and is her bleed detector. So I did it for Cordelia and Delilah, and there is a small typo in the book. It said the crickle of, and so I rewrote it to say circle. It's an unfortunate typo, but what it is.
Oh, I want it.
You gotta stay fed. You gotta keep the calories up.
Oh yeah.
Let them eat cake.
I like the state of your shirt.
Now, if you want to know the magic of role playing,
Yeah.
you observe, mortal viewer, pizza stains on my shirt. Mm-hmm. Behold, for when we come back from the opening titles, a miracle will have unfolded. Perhaps the will of the gods themselves.
Oh my god.
Which god is in charge of that?
Billy Mays! I'm the...
Take pizza sauce out.
For when we return, stain shall have been parted from cloth as the light is parted from the darkness. Okay? Everyone's laughing it up, and I am fucking deadly serious, okay?
Mentor of Ravens here. You need help getting stains out of your dress?
I've been dipping these raven feathers in pizza grease all morning, and I want you to watch what happens next. Primes, betrayers, side by side, with the impossible choice before them.
Pepperoni or pineapple?
Porque no.
Downfall continues in tonight's episode.
Did I say?
A Critical Role! Within the Chamber of Seasons, deep in the heart of the Opus
Salaha
Ward,
so much.
images of the gods flank the walls of this chamber. As you prepare to leave, knowing only that a weapon made to destroy the eternal is at the very threshold of operational status. We have several groups preparing to travel out from this place. Asha and the emissary are preparing to move with Tishar and Zaharsht. They prepare to head to the Obtenebrator, which disguises the city from divine sight and scrying.
Okay.
Silaha and Emira are preparing to leave in the company of Umleta, a small halfling archer, to make use of Silaha's connection, searching for rumors or clues to the Aravox protocol, the means by which, should the magistry of Aor become aware of a threat to their great project, the knowledge of that project would be transcribed and sent to the far corners of Exandria, one last failsafe to ensure that the knowledge of how to destroy the gods would not be lost to mortal kind. Arcadia and Father Milo accompanying Aiden and Trist, searching for passage somehow into the Genesis.
Low key, if I thought anybody was going to keep information for how to kill a god, I think Sarenrae would choose her little people over her brothers and sisters. I am unsure about the Matron of Ravens, because I think, having done it herself, she would be and want to be the only one. The Dawn Father loves his little human babies. There is no way he would ever feel or allow any contest. As for Salaha, I have no idea. I'm guessing Ayun, but I'm probably wrong.
Is there anything that you do or say to each other as you prepare to disembark from the Chamber of Seasons? Switch it up! Edit.
Almost said that.
HBO, I didn't mean it. I'm so fucking sorry.
Aiden had cast a spell that allowed us to see the gods as they were originally. Is that still in effect?
I believe you cast Rary's telepathic bond. Yeah. And then you also had hallowed this, or no, you had sort of relit this temple.
It's here, my gosh. Might as well show them too. I'm so excited. Okay. I watched Free Ren, and I'm in love with Free Ren, and I got these desk mats, and I splurged on me a little bit, okay? I'm allowed to do that every once in a while. Totally worth it. And I have so much room to do art. Look how beautiful. Yeah, because before I had about this much room, and then I had it end here. So I forgot to say, Sky, take a screenshot of the frame, please, and compare it with the first one from the other video. Are there any changes yet? Or do the changes start to happen after the first battle? Keep an eye out.
You're stunning.
I wish I could say the same thing about you.
Aren't I a little bit cute, though?
No, I was only joking. Jesting.
We're not going to have these bodies for that much longer. I wonder how much we could sell your parts for.
Love
I wonder
her already.
how much your ears go for, too.
Come get them. I don't think you like that they were here before you got here. You've been in this city for a long time, and you begin to wonder how long they've been here for.
You, mommy, how long have you been here for?
I just got off the ship. That was the plan, wasn't it?
It's a truce.
I don't feel very inclined to tell you much of anything. You seem like the type who might take what I give you and go do whatever you feel like doing, whenever you feel like doing it. And when I look at this
Family
stinking
drama.
heap of buzzing flies, I see one rotting stench at the center, and it's a gift that they never should have got.
The heart. He is Corellian.
Why don't you take some responsibility for why we're all here cleaning up your mess?
Oh.
Can't wait to have you on board.
My child, is she cross with me?
Just not
You
happy.
made her sad.
Consequence of a necessary action. Please tell her that I love her more than words can say.
Double, triple much, infinity.
Yes, if it strikes you to say so, my child. I
Ashley's gonna cry. Ashley's gonna cry.
would
He's
do
tied to these
anything
kids.
for her. I made you because as the hour approached, lines that appeared at first converged. And here you see vast
The Lexon.
compass lines and constellations and charting through the star, unending order to give meaning and purpose and path through
Oh,
chaos.
that's something else I wanted to talk about was the Lexon.
I could not advance past this point, and though my heart does not bleed or beat, I love this world and its people. Love for me does not mean sentiment. Love means honoring the agreements we have made. I would have our children know that I am reliable, constant. I arrived at an intersection where one promise or another would be broken. This world will keep putting me in this position. The lines are too complex while we walk in this place. There is no kindness in trepidation. The will of the gods is law, and our word is final. And you feel something glow
Yeah.
inside you. They need not love this, but to know that it is true will give them lines that do not falter. Do not her.
No.
Sent the puppet.
I really just want to go to a tavern with the betrayer guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pub crawl.
Yeah, pub crawl. It's just like, do it.
I will, yeah. I will, it's under this
Kind
bench.
of like he stole it.
I will pray to the family that we used to be.
And I think all of you feel a little whispered feeling of being acknowledged in this place. As you pray, Trist, you see something glowing under where Aiden is sitting. And you begin to hear words. As you pray, you feel power filling you. And you realize that somebody has prayed to you. Please make sure he's all right. I know it's within your power to do so. Please look after my son. For all that I have learned of magic, I cannot seem to bend it. And as she lifts her face up, tears streaming down her cheeks, you see the high collar of an archmage of Aor.
Ooh, juicy.
Someone
Saren
in the city
Bay.
still believes in you.
I just had a vision. We still have some believers here. Here. I will reach under and pull out the book.
The spine is threadbare. It's like it's a moment away from the first, 50 pages just coming off. The rest of the
Ooh,
book
has
has to be
mending.
handled.
Does anybody have any sort of tracking magic? Her prayer will lead you to her? Can you sense who it was? I have a question for you.
Of course, time is of the essence. We're here to break an engine, but on my way out the door, I'd be happy to help.
Is there a thread that you can sense from this and see where it goes? Do you know what I mean?
Is this part of the plan? Or are you asking me for a favor?
Favor.
Yes.
And a thread of light comes out from between her teeth.
Seeing this vision, do I see
The death.
his time? How much he has left?
With no intercession, he will not live to see adulthood. And the boy looks to be about 11 years of age. Through the eyes of your raven flying, you see quite close to here a squat gray building dedicated to the poor and needy of this ward. Long since forgotten.
A poor and needy hospital for one of the mages of the city. I think there'd be better health benefits, you know?
Sorry, are we talking about a boy? I thought we were trying to break into the Genesis ward.
It's a moment of faith. And a woman with power. And a woman with power.
Without faith, we are nothing. Let us hope that our way is lit. And he strides in this place as Arcadia. Nick's having a hard time.
I love him.
I'm having a hard time because I quite like him and quite despise him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Thanksgiving dinner.
It's delicious tension.
Incredible. He used to be so fucking cool, man. What happened?
Yeah.
Telepathy that binds us all. Does that mean that there are no secrets, or can we choose?
It's only when you choose.
We can choose.
Okay.
It's walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Okay. Group chat or not.
You can go, hey.
Yeah, I
We
think
need to get your thing. We don't know why. No, we're
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tris.
To me, I think.
you hear me?
I think.
I made you a gift. I was looking forward to showing you. I made rules. I had a forest with rules. I thought they were good. I'm sure you would have had thoughts. Can you hear me? Are you in there?
The one you speak to cannot be here. She would, if she could.
She was going to be my reward at the end of this. Do you mind if I tell myself a little lie? Everyone else has gotten one.
Yeah.
Little lies are okay.
It's nice to have you here.
She loves you.
I know. And I know you understand. We diminish this place. Even here, we are breaking it. You're the only other one who understands that we're supposed to be fixing what we do here.
You made her a forest with rules.
Yeah.
And I open a massive stone hand where the seedling has started to sprout into a gorgeous, large sycamore seed. Her first forest for you.
That would be a better gift. How typical.
A very secret place, hidden behind a large industrial door. Doors open.
Music.
Doors open, and a small
purple?
chamber.
Let me change.
Scylla! An honor and a gift. We did not think we would be receiving you this evening.
The gift
Oh.
is mine.
For the chosen one. And the head spins around.
He's the
And
god.
suddenly, you
amongst
hear,
robots.
ladies, gentlemen, designations heretofore unmentioned. I am your master of ceremonies. Please welcome your proprietor, the chosen one. The banners shimmer, and you see images of Salaha's face all over.
You also see my eyes go from like orange to green. The gold shimmering that you saw on my kind of metal body begins to just engulf my body as I turn into this golden automaton, and I just raise my arms.
The whole place cheers. Amira, your brother has been fully cheating as worship funnels into him. Just whoosh. The chosen one! And just steel hands clapping as hard as they can. Where is this place?
I went on the wrong Mr.
Give me the Instagram, man. Wait, where is this place? Where's the password? Do I need a card? Who do I call?
I go straight for like the little private section area and just sort of sit, but I can see everything and everyone can see me. And I just sort of sit.
Almost 30 years. I've been on Exandria this time and have never found a place like this.
Oh, you've been missing out.
Begins to rub them in with these fingers.
What are we doing here?
We're supposed to be finding information. I mean, please, go. Have fun. Enjoy. Ask questions. It's totally free and fine over here.
Salaha,
Yes.
you know there is a purpose to this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
we do
robotic
have
hands right in those lats as you're having this conversation.
we do have a finite amount of time.
Yes. Finite.
Is there any way that I can make you feel good?
Yes, but in maybe later.
Very well.
Allison's
She
taking so
bows
many
and
notes.
walks away. You see Umleta looks around and says, "You are a clown."
Yeah.
Go join the circus then.
She says,
I've been thinking on the way here. Is it really that bad?
What exactly are you talking about? What is that bad?
I mean, look at this.
No, this.
It's beautiful.
This is beautiful. That is horrible. And the weapon being created is the end.
But tell me, what's wrong with the end? No, this is the thing about beauty, darling. It's all based on things that are finite.
You desire the end?
Yes, maybe I do. For the time that I have spent here, I have seen this, and I've witnessed it, and I've enjoyed it, and to think it could all be gone like that is beauty. I'm tired. Fine, maybe it is possibly my fault that we are here, and that. Why can't we just let it
I
finish?
get up and I sit right next to Salaha, very close to your face. If it's an end you want, darling, I can make that happen.
Ooh.
I have ways.
Marry me.
That's my purpose. But I didn't work an entire lifetime to have it end before I experience the infinite. Just because you want an end doesn't mean everyone does.
Know that you are asking to destroy all of this.
Just in this location. We destroy this location so you can create it over and over again in other places.
I got to say, thank you very much for listening to me. I know I had my outburst, but to be honest with you, I quite enjoyed listening to myself talk. But you do make a lot of sense. I understand. Right then, no dilly-dallying, let's go. And I kind of get up and move towards the bar.
"Hi, miss, can I get you a drink?"
No.
Forex, we're wondering if you could help us. Don't mind my friend over here.
There's a stiff who's been at the end of the bar. There's a cloaked figure. "You sure I can't get you anything?"
Sure.
You hear from within your robes, "I wouldn't mind a drink." And the little glass imp cage
Imp? Oh my god.
sort of speaks to you.
I look down.
He goes, he looks up out of the glass, like,
Oh my
up at your
god.
face and
It's in her
says,
boobs.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but everything that happened in that chamber was so crazy. I think you guys are the gods. Am I wrong?
No.
That was so nuts. I won't tell.
He was sealed! I thought he was sealed!
He was just like,
Lefty loosey, righty tighty. For fuck's sake.
I'm like, I'm looking at you, looking down. I'm like, is everything all right?
In your head. Oh, in your head. You
Yeah.
hear. Imp. In my boobs.
All you hear is, oh dear.
I look down and I go, well, what would you like?
I am called Slitch, and
Slitch.
I am your...
Come out.
Am I allowed out?
Just sit. Come. I don't want to talk to my boobs.
That makes one of us.
And you see he pops out on the bar, looks around. You see a couple demons look over at this little imp. He looks around, and you see he goes,
I am bound to the service of the military might of Aeor, but I would love a chance to betray. If I am not much mistaken, maybe the goddess of death?
Oh, shit.
Just from some of the things you said, you were talking about death and endings, and I am very clever, and this is a huge, I think it should be obvious, this is an absolutely enormous opportunity for me.
Can I gain from my knowledge of...
on the come up.
yeah, he's like really bow-legged to stand up. He can't kind of stand straight up. Like he's okay. You see, he appears more comfortable in a partial squat.
Like Marisha in a chair.
Several hours before, I was bound to the service of a drunk subway cop, and now I find myself in the company of quite a more powerful host.
Look, I'll let you deal with this. I'm going to go over there.
You move yourself down to the end of the bar. As Slitch looks up, you see that 4X looks and says, "Can I get the little guy a drink?" And you see that Slitch turns around and says, 20 big bottles of booze.
1 bottle of booze.
Yay!
4X goes, "I'm giving you a well," and takes something like off the well and hands it over. And you see Slitch goes,
If there's any service I can be, I would be more than happy. I have been working for some time as an aide to law enforcement.
Great. Can you go invisible?
Ah!
disappears. You see the bottle vanish and reappear with a clunk with about a quarter of the liquor missing.
I think we can find service for you.
Now, if I worship you with all my might, I will never die. Maybe.
All things die.
Oh, no. Little eyes are okay.
Little eyes are okay. Demon souls.
Yeah?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, to me, yes.
Demon souls.
Yeah.
I don't transfer those. I don't take those.
No, they go back to the abyss. When they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, you worship me. You live forever.
Hooray! I shall become a most potent demon. Very well. I shall be invisible. Do you wish anything for me to do on your behalf?
Just pop back in that vial.
All right, great.
And you see, invisible, you hear a, and then the bottle of liquor clinks against the outside of the.
No.
Nope, sorry.
No.
I walk behind a patron to head over to Salaha. I'm going to cast invisibility.
Hello, stranger. I don't think I've seen you here before.
The figure does not turn around to look at you.
I kind of go and mosey on over and sit next to them, and I kind of I look at, what's he drinking again? It's just water, right?
Just water.
Like, what is that?
My drink.
Yes, but what's in it?
Can I help you? I understand you're the proprietor of this fine establishment.
Oh, none of that nonsense, please. Let me help you first. What would you like to drink?
Of those things which you can provide me. And you see, the figure has still made a point not to turn his face to you, staring straight ahead. Of those things which you can provide to me, that which I most thirst for would be solitude.
I'm sorry, I never got your name.
I think it's time for me to go.
Cast command and say sit.
Hell yeah, it's about to pop off. The figure stands and stops suddenly, turns to look at you. You see gleaming golden eyes, a hairless head. You behold a planetar, one of of the high angels.
And I kind of stand as soon as I do and put my hand over his shoulder, caressing his face, and be like, oh, you are beautiful. This was quite easy, wasn't it? Now, I've heard from a few little birdies that you have been quite the bad angel.
In this moment, a look of recognition dawns on the Celestial's face. I'm gonna need both of you to roll initiative.
Can he see me?
I cannot see you. I need both of you to roll initiative. Here we go. Here we go.
It's really good that our first
Cosmic bar
initiative
fight.
roll is against an angel. This is going well.
Two gods and an angel walking to a bar.
Also, what a great game of D&D. We're fighting in a tavern. You know, that's what you want. That's what you want at the end of the day.
15.
15. We got a 15 here, and what did we get for Amir? 8. All right, great.
I'm going to use Hold Monster.
On an 8 or higher, our Celestial saves against Hold Monster. Let's go ahead and we're going to roll in front of the table. 8 or higher saves. 15, that's a save.
I'm going to use a lucky.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
use a lucky.
lucky.
Reroll looking for that 7 or lower. 14. Brutal. You're keeping it simple right now. Celestial surges forward as fast as he can.
I'm going to bamf my Boots of Haste.
You mean Vax's
Should I do that? I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with it.
Golden blood splatters across the bar. The Planetar surges forward. You don't happen to have the Warcaster feat, do you?
I do.
Because I'm also Warcaster.
You're also a Warcaster,
Yep.
which means you can attack,
reactions.
but you also both have the option to cast a spell
Yes.
as he attempts to
Yep.
leave your threatened area.
This is my domain, right?
Yes.
I'm a
And
god right now.
you are surrounded by worship, so you can push the edges of the possible in
I love
this
the god
space.
banners.
You were
Yeah.
you
I
were
gotta
the
pop them up
wrong
for you
guy
guys.
to be here when this dude tried this.
So I think I am literally going to bend this. I'm going to, and again, you can tell me this is crazy, but I'm literally going to bend the reality of this space. And the door that was essentially of the Aeomaton
Yeah.
is going to just open wide, but you just see this mouth just sort of erupt from this door as it kind of goes towards it, and it's just going to clasp onto him and like, capture him in this like crystalline cage.
Unbelievable. For those watching at home, it is an established game mechanic in our world that in areas of like holiness or temples or things like that, we push the bounds of the possible. I'm going to use your other DC that I have marked down here, that our friend has to roll a 17 or higher on the die. That is a 7. The Aeromaton door spins, revealing an extra-dimensional chamber, a false hallway. Shwomp! Shwoom! And
I don't know if we'll finish all of this right now. We may have to finish it in the later end of the day because I'm gonna go see Twisters.
we move back to the Opus ward, where our friends Aiden and Trist move along with Father Milo and Arcadia. But you see a locked gate. It's also past curfew, although this ward, while there is a presence of sort of flying military might, the streets are largely empty here. And
The gate is locked.
Father Milo says,
Do you need some help doing something dishonest?
Yes.
you see he walks up and goes and clasps both hands around the lock.
Great dawn, Father. Wheresoever you might be, open those ways which are barred to us. Let your light
Peer out, and you see there's a dull red glow within his hands as a melted steel lock pulls on the floor.
Amen.
And he pushes the gate open.
Imagine Milo's just Predathos.
You see an old woman, sort of frazzled, curly hair, dark skin, big Coke bottle spectacles, opens with a small sort of candle lit. Even seeing a wax candle in Aor is kind of like an anachronism. It's a very poor neighborhood. So she comes out and says,
hello? Did you, how did you get in?
This is a matter of emergency.
Oh, what patient are you attempting to see?
I believe his name is Hallis.
Hallis? Hallis. Oh, the name is familiar. I believe he was moved from here long ago. And Father Milo looks over at you and licks his lips.
He's lying.
Do we still see the thread?
Yeah.
I know it is late.
The boy is no longer here.
Well, wait.
Tell truth.
I know he's still here.
Come on, Ashley. You gotta do it for that mom.
Are you a doctor?
In a way.
Are you associates of the Archmage Previn? Oh, blessed day. Yes, please, come right with me. Into this hospital, the inside is not like the outside at all. This humble place clearly has someone important looking out for it.
Yeah.
But she said that she would reach out to other places there might yet remain in Exandria. It's an exciting time for medicine. It might be overly naive, but I think the calamity may well be ending. Perhaps they are sealing them away again, or there's some reason to hope.
There is always reason to hope.
Brings you to a room where you see the boy from the vision. He's having a hard time breathing, but it seems more to do with just the strain of the muscular effort of moving the diaphragm. He won't be resting for much longer. He can't rest for that long. Is Cassida on her way here now, or?
Is there a way to get word to her?
Takes a small little emblem and spins it around inside of a ring, and as she does so, you see a little flit of magic leave the window.
Do you know what ails him?
There have been many names for it before. The doctor who discovered it, Dr. Greygill, simply referred to it as the wasting. Greygill's wasting is a degenerative disease. And you see suddenly a little bit of light, and a tall archmage is standing in the room, the woman from that vision, who suddenly stands before you next to the bed, holding a staff, looks at you and says, "Whom do I now behold?"
Yeah. Mama Bear.
Who has come to my son's room? You see the doctor looks suddenly frightened as she stands with like one hand open to cast a spell if needed.
I believe that you called for help.
She looks at you. She looks over at Arcadia and goes, "Saren Veterix, what are you doing here? I have not asked for any help from, you see, she looks at you and says, from ground folk, let alone," you see, he says, "What is the meaning of this?" And you see, she looks and says, and then it looks at a priest of the Dawnfather, and it's like, I don't begin to understand the meaning of this. I am calling the guard. You must.
I pull out the book.
Where did you find that?
I may not understand this at the moment, but we are all here to help.
You called for help.
Reaches under her son's pillow, looks at him, leans her staff against the wall, touches his forehead, clammy, cold, and pulls shape out from under the pillow. And you see for the first time
An emblem of the Everlight.
in the city of Aor, your holy symbol. Did she send you here?
Yes.
Father Milo
Don't you dare.
looks sort of nauseous, like he doesn't want to stay in the room.
I will look at him and say, more than one, it seems.
Might I see some of the other chambers of the hospital? We are eager to help. And you see that he moves away with Dr. Bezel.
I will accompany.
You sort of stalk after him. And he looks behind. It ever follows. And and you see the doctors here have done all they can, and I have moved well outside the boundaries of what is appropriate. I could be executed for what I have misappropriated to give to this hospital. What do you need from me? Is there anything I can do to...
No, there is nothing you need to do. Your faith alone is why we're here. I am going to lay on hands, restore him for 70 hit points.
Oh.
You can also, I think for every, you can remove, lay on hands can remove
disease.
Maladies.
Disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to reach to this power now? The last time you embraced your power deeply try to work a miracle, was to give a chance at redemption to the Lord of the Hells. The last time you reached deeply for power, it was to attempt to understand and heal a being that insisted it wished to know only pain. The ruin and chaos that came after that shattered a part of you, and you see a proud archmage of Aor, whose vast intellect commands the very edges of reality, who cannot help her child. And she clutches a symbol of everlasting light and the devotion that comes from her hands as she says, please, 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 if anything is possible, let this be possible.
This is one of the only things I know how to do, but I can still feel that ability there. And I think if this is the last thing that I do here, I would like to try.
Light fills the hall. Arcadia keeps her eyes wide open, forces her pupils to dilate so that she can know as much light as possible. And you see that Cassida gasps as she suddenly realizes that the heart that she has been praying to did not send somebody, but is instead here. And we'll go ahead and let 70 hit points stand as you look at a young boy breathe and be the maybe first person in Exandria to be a 0th level commoner with 70 hit points.
Gotta use them somewhere.
He goes, and she clutches him and just is heaving with racking sobs as she caresses his head. I'm hungry. And you see that the mom Cassida starts weeping. He says, I'm really hungry. What's just happened? Oh, man. Thank you. You are she. You are she. How are you here?
It was the plan. I do need your help.
Here we go. Woman of power.
Okay. Yes. Anything. Down the hallway, Aiden, you're there with Father Milo walking away from this unfolding moment here. Milo turns to look at you. I think this will
I love how
won't be
deeply
over
everybody
tonight.
feels.
There's an opportunity here, I think. What do you think happens after Aor?
You are the ones who must come to the table, not us.
They're not real. They're just, and you see he puts a finger on Dr. Bezel's head, and she just moves her limbs. They're little playthings. How many times am I going to hear you say family tonight?
Yeah, we're going to say it more than Fast and the Furious.
Together. We didn't leave the table. You left
the table, yeah.
You left for them. And you hear a snap as her wrists move back.
I will touch her and cast protection from good and evil. Just because our hands molded something does not give us the right to destroy it. We must light the path, not erase it.
I can't wait to see what you really believe. And you see Father Milo looks at Dr. Bezel, who looks up at you, shaken, looking at this like priest of the Dawn Father.
For what you have put him through has hurt him deeply. But I am here because there was a time when we were young where we did not hate each other, and your rage hurts us all. You laughed at me for supporting her, but never was there a braver moment than when she came to you. And I knew what you would do, and I knew that she must try. And I will not abandon her now, just as I wish we had not abandoned you and you us. Are all here sick, or are there injured too?
She takes you to a series of beds where there are those with broken bones and other injuries.
Walk through this wing. I will channel what divinity I have. A balm of peace spreads over them, and any I walk by are healed for 15.